as you know that in all the organizations we have to see that how we are going to identify the people who are working in the organization to take them to certain different level, and how we can develop the and find out that how they are in a position to acquire certain positions which can help the business strategies and other things for the organization. So if we talk about the talent management, what is the definition of talent management? This is the who can make a difference to the organizational performances, either through their immediate contribution or in the long term by demonstrating the highest level of potential. So, if we talk about the talent management, and if somebody asks you what do you mean by talent, so basically, talent consists of the individuals who can make the difference in the organizational performances. This is a simple definition. The people who can make a difference in the organizational performance, how either through their immediate contribution in the developmental organization growth, or in the long term by demonstrating the highest level of potential. So there are two type of people in the organization who can immediately, you know, demonstrate their potentiality, and they can contribute immediately for the performance of the organization. And the other type of person is that in the long term they demonstrate the highest level of potentiality, and which are going to be helpful for the organization to grow in different manner. So according to McKinsey, talent is the sum of what? The total of person's ability, his or her intrinsic gifts, skill, knowledge and experience, intelligence, judgment, attitude, character and drive, and his or her ability to learn and grow. So as for the researcher, McKinsey says that talent is the combination of person's ability, how able a person is, then his intrinsic gifts, that what are the inner gifts which he or she is having, then the skill, knowledge and experience, what skill, knowledge and experience that person is having, then intelligence, then their judgment, their attitude and their character and drive to achieve certain goals, and then his or her ability to learn and grow effectively. So, if we talk about in totality, what is talent? Talent means that it is the ability regarding the judgment, characteristics, drive, learn, knowledge, experience, skills, intelligence. If we make all these things together, it becomes a talent. So, whatever definition I have just given to you, talent is nothing but it is the individual who make the differences in the organizational performances. Then we are going to talk about the talent management, a conscious, deliberate approach undertaken to attract, develop, and retain people with the aptitude and ability to meet current and future organizational needs. That means what is talent management? In the organization, talent management means it is a conscious and deliberate approach to undertake to attract the people, to develop the people, and retain the people with the ability and aptitude to meet the current and future organizational needs. So these are known as talent management. That means that the people who are having the capacity, capability, aptitude, and ability, how to retain those people, how to attract those people, and how to develop those people in such a manner so that it will perform the current and future organizational need and complete the organizational goals with effective manner. So here there is a equation which says talent is equivalent to competency plus commitment plus contribution of an individual. That means if we are talking about the talent management, it is saying that talent is equivalent to competency of the individual, commitment of the individual, and the contribution of the individuals toward the growth of the organization. Then what is the purpose of talent management? To complete effectively in a complex and dynamic environment to achieve sustainable growth. That means that talent management purpose is to compete in a complex and dynamic environment to achieve the sustainable growth of the organization. Then to develop leaders for tomorrow from within an organization. The purpose of talent management is to identify the leaders within the organization who can become the leaders for the organization. That means you have to identify the people within the organization to maximize the employee's performance as a unique source of competitive advantage. That means you have to maximize the employee's performance, which is a unique source of competitive advantage. That means that your company is having a maximum talented and skilled and experienced people. This will give an added advantage to you in comparison to other universities or the other organizations. To empower the employees, cut down on high turnover rates, to reduce the cost of constantly hiring new people to train. This is another point, that what is the purpose of talent management is that you have to cut down the turnover rates. This is very important, because if you are retaining the people in your organization, automatically it is said that your image is going to be improved. Second thing is, you can reduce the cost of constantly hiring new people and training those people, because whenever you are training a people, you have to invest a lot of money in that. So it is usually said that it is always advisable that whenever you are taking new people, you are giving a training to those people, and that incurred a lot of money for the organization. So basically they are saying that purpose of training talent management is basically to see that the people can compete in the complex and dynamic situations to achieve this sustainable growth for the organization. Then to develop leaders within the organization to maximize the organization employees performance as a unique source of competitive advantage, and to empower the employees in such a manner so that they will work for the organization. In that way you can reduce the uh, turnover of employees going out from the organization, and maybe you can reduce the cost of constantly hiring the new people and giving them training. Then what are the basic benefits of talent management? Right person in the right job. This is the first benefit. Through a proper ascertainment of people skill and strengths, people decisions gain a strategic agenda. The skill or competency mapping allow you to take stock of skill inventories lying with the organization. This is especially important both from the perspective of the organization as well as the employees, because the right person is developed in the right position and employee productivity is increased. Also, since there is a better alignment between an individual's interest and his job profile, the job satisfaction is increased. So here they are saying that it is a through a proper analysis of people regarding their skill and strengths, you can make a strategic agenda for that. When you are looking for the skills and the competency mapping, definitely it will allow you to stock the skill inventories. That means whenever you are going for the competency mapping, or whenever you are going for identifying the skilled people, you are going to stock the skill inventory. It is especially important from the perspective of the organization as well as from the perspective of the employee also, because if right person is deployed in the right position, the productivity is going to be increased. Also, there is a better alignment between the individual's interest and job profile, job satisfaction increase. That means that if individual interest is identified by the organization and it is aligned with the job profile, what he or she is doing it, you will find out that there is going to be a big job satisfaction, which is very important regarding the benefit of talent management is concerned. Then retaining the top talent. Despite changes in the global economy, attrition remains a major concern of the organization. Retaining top talent is important to leadership and growth of the marketplace. Organizations that fail to retain their top talent are at the risk of losing out to competitors. The focus is now on charting employees' retention programs and strategies to recruit, develop, retain, and engage quality people. So they are saying that it is very, very important to retain the talented people in your organization, because it is very, very important nowadays in the organization to retain the people. Because if you are retaining the talented people in your organization, it will lead to the leadership and the growth in the marketplace, that you are going to benefit with that. In case if the organization are failing to retain their top talent, are at the risk of losing out to the competitors. Of course, if your top talents are moving out from the organization, that means you are going to lose out the benefit of those talents with the competitors. Now it is seen that the charting employees retention programs and strategies to recruit, develop, and retain and engage the people is very, very important. Then employees growth in a career has to be taken care of, while succession planning is being performed. Those who are on the radar needed to be kept in loop so that they know their performance is being rewarded. It is very, very important to see that employees growth in the career is also important, and they expect some growth from the organization. So all the good organizations are looking for the employees growth. Now in that case, what these people are doing, they are also looking for the succession planning. That means that you are identifying the people within the organization who can grow up to a certain level, because those people are identified in anticipation that those people are the people who are also thinking in those terms, that if they are performing well, it is going to be rewarded in a very, very effective manner by the organization. Then better hiring. The quality of an organization is the quality of workforce it possesses. That means they are saying the quality of the organization is dependent on the quality of workforce which is available in the organization. The best way to have talent at the top is have talent at the bottom also. That means it is the best way if you have a good talent at the top level and the good talent at the bottom level also. No wonder that talent management programs and trainings, hiring assessments have become an integral part of the HR process nowadays. Nowadays, in all the systematic organized companies, it is seen by the HR department that how they are to going for the talent management programs and training programs and hiring and assessing the individuals on the basis of their talent. It is one of the important part of the HR process. Then understanding the employees better. Employee assessment give deep insight to the management about their employees. It is very, very important on the part of the management to see that how they are assessing their employees, because if they are not assessing the employees, it is going to be a very, very negative factor for the organization. So they are saying it is important that the employees should be assessed by the assessment team. Their development meets career aspirations, strengths and weaknesses, abilities, likes and dislikes. This is also very important on the part of the HR department and the management to identify this thing, that how the development need of the employee, their career aspirations, strength and weaknesses of the employees, their abilities and likes and dislikes should be identified. It is easier, therefore, for to determine what motivates whom, and there helps a lot of job enrichment process. That means that in case if you are doing this thing, that they are identifying the strengths and weaknesses of the employee, identifying the ability, likes and dislikes of the employee, career aspiration of the employee, and the development needs. You will find out different other ways for the job enrichment process. Then better professional development decision. When an organization gets to know how its high potential is, it becomes easier to invest in their professional development. That means when organizations are in a position to identify that who is their high potential person, then it will be easier for them to invest in their professional development very effectively. Since the development calls for investment decisions towards learning, training, and development of the individual, either for the growth, succession planning, performance management, etc., an organization remains bothered where to make this investment, and talent management just make this easy for them, because it is also seen that if you are identified the people who are at the top, then it will be easier for you to invest in their professional development, because professional development call for investment decisions towards the learning, towards the training and development of the individual, either for the growth, succession planning, or the performance management. But usually organizations are bothered that where to make this investment and talent management, which makes these things easy for them. So it will be easier for organization if they are identifying this thing, and it will be easier for them to find out that how they are going to work on these talent management. Then what are the focuses on talent management approaches? First is recruitment, ensuring the right people are attracted to the organization. This is the role of HR department to see that right people are going to be attracted in the organization. Then retention, developing and implementing practices that reward and support the employee. That means that you have to develop the people, and with the help of the different implementation process that reward and support the employee. This is also very important for retaining the people in the organization. Then employee development, ensuring continuous informal and formal learning and development. That means when you are talking about the employees development, you have to see that how you are developing the employee informally or formally through the learning and development process. Then leadership and high potential employees development, a specific development program for existing and future leaders. That means in case if you identify that these are the people who are their future leaders, you can make a program for their development in different manners. Then performance management, a specific process that nurture and support performance, including feedback and measurement. So they are saying when we are talking about the approaches of talent management, performance management is also one of the specific part. And in this performance management, there is a specific process that nurture and support the performance. Then workforce planning, planning for business and general change, including the older workforce and current future skill shortages. That means it is important on the part of the HR department to see that how they are making a planning for business and general changes, including the older workforces as well as the future skill shortages. So it is the role of the HR to find out that how they are doing this thing. Then culture, development of a positive, progressive, and high performance way of operating. That means that you have to develop a positive progression and high performance way of operating in the organization. So I have given you a chart here which can give you a insight about the talent management process. So first of all, we are going to make a business plan. That means it is related with the workforce planning. Then we are going for the recruitment. Then we are selecting the people, and then these people are on board. Then when these people are working, performance management comes into the picture. And performance management when comes into the picture, we can identify that what are the training and performance supports are needed for the individual employees. And then we have to identify the succession planning also, because we have to identify the people within the organization who can be promoted to other level also. And then we have to see the compensation and benefits, what we are providing to the employees. Because in all the good organizations, it is usually seen that if you are giving a good compensation and benefits to the employees, they would love to work in the organization, whether it is Indian organization, whether it is foreign organization. Then critical skills gap analysis. After doing this thing, then we have to go for the critical gap analysis. That means what are the things which are not available with you, which is related with either human resource or it is related with the talent or skill or the knowledgeable people in the organization. Then you have to identify the workforce for that. So we have to see the job roles, job descriptions, and competency model when we are going for the talent management processes. So it clearly indicates that when we are talking about the job roles and the descriptions, it will identify you that which type of people you require on a what particular job, and then we have to develop the competency model also so that you can find out the performance of that particular person. So these are basically related with the learning content of the talent management. Then what are the process? Workforce planning integrated with the business plan. This process establishes workforce plan, hiring plans, compensation budget, and hiring targets for the year. That means that it is important to plan the workforce in such a manner that they can be identified with the help of the hiring planning, compensation, budgeting, and the hiring targets for the year. Then recruiting. Through an integrated process of recruitment, assessment, evaluation, and hiring, the business bring people into the organization. That means that if there is an integrated process of recruitment, assessment, and evaluation and hiring, you will find that the business bring people into the organization. Then onboarding. The organization must train and enable employees to become productive and integrated into the company more quickly. That means that the organization must train and enable the employees to become productive and integrated. That means the people who are not up to the mark, it can be giving a training and enable the employees to become the productive and integrated into the companies more quickly than the performance management. By using the business plan, the organization establishes a process to measure and manage the employees. This is performance management. That means we have to establish certain norms and conditions on the basis of which we can identify the performance of the individual, and then we can do the working on that. Then training and performance support. This is critically important function of the talent management. Learning and development programs is provided to all levels of the organization. This function itself is evolving into a continuous support function. That means that learning within the organization and training within the organization should provide it at all level at all time. And this function itself is evolving into a continuous support function for the organization. Then what is succession planning? As the organization evolves and changes, there is a continuous need to move people into new positions. Succession planning is a very important function, enable the managers and individuals to identify the right candidate for a position. This function also must be aligned with the business plan to understand and meet the requirements for key positions within 3 to 5 years. While this is often a process reserved for managers and executives, it is more commonly applied across the organization. That means succession planning is the planning in which the managers are going to be involved, and they are the person who are identifying the people who can be uh, chosen for a right job. So it comes under the business plan also, and you can find out this thing within 3 to 5 years of that. And this is basically reserved for the managers and the executive who can identify the performance of the individual, and they can apply this thing across the organization. Then compensation and benefits. This is an integral part of the people management. Here, organization try to tie the compensation plan directly to the performance management so that compensation incentives and benefits align with business goals and business executions. That means that whatever the business goals are and whatever the execution plans are, it is going to align with the compensation plan and the performance management. Because on the basis of the performance, you can find out the compensation package for the individual. Then critical skill gap analysis, as I have told you, this is a process we identify as an important, often overlooked function in many industries and organizations. While often done on a project basis, it can be business critical. For example, today industries like the federal government, utility or telecommunication and energy are facing large population which are retiring. How do we identify the roles, individuals and competencies which are leaving? What should you do to fill these gaps? We call this critical talent management, and many organizations are going through this now. That means in the organization, here I've given an example of few government organizations like the utilities, telecommunication, energy, etc. They are facing large population problem who are going to be retired very soon. Now we have to identify this thing, that what are the roles, individuals and competencies are leaving the organization. So we have to fill that gap, and nowadays lot of organizations are working on that effectively, and they are doing the effective work on this gap analysis. Then there are some talent management system. If we talk about the talent management system, number one is Talent Edge, like Infosys, PeopleSoft, like Oracle, Infosys, Talented, PeopleSoft. These are some systems which are prevailing in these organizations. And there are talent programs of TCS. I have given this example. What are the talent programs they are organizing in the organization? Number one is ILP. That's an initial learning program. That means the people who are coming in the organization, they are going for the initial learning program. Number two is continuous learning program. It is a continuous process which is taking place in TCS. Then leadership developing program. This is the program to the identified people who can become the leader in future. Then foreign language initiative program, workplace learning. This is the program which is initiated by TCS so that at least they can find out the people who are very well versed in the foreign languages so that they can put up those people in their foreign uh, companies. An organization would follow in their it in three main steps. This organization is following in three main steps. First of all, finding the right talent, then hiring that particular talent, making sure that higher talent stay for a longer period of time. This is another again important point, that if you are able to find out the right talent, this is good for your organization, and that you are hiring a particular talent which is required for the job, which is specified and skilled job. And second is you have to make sure that the people will not leave the organization and they will work for the organization for a longer period. Then finding the right talent. How you are going to find the right talent? First is campus hiring, sustain leadership position. That means with the help of the campus hiring, you are finding the right talent. Then 94.1% day one slot in campuses across India. Then number of institutes accredited, 433. These are accredited by the TCS and they are doing the job for that. Then on the basis of the retaining part is concerned, performance driven culture. Recognize high performance and high potential employees. You have to find out that who are the high performer and how they are doing their work, and you have to recognize the high potential employees also. Then meet the employees aspiration, challenging roles. That means that as per the aspiration of the employees, you have to meet those challenges which are occurring in the organization. On the basis of that, you have to give some different jobs to different people. Then enhancing the employee connect. That means empowered organization unit. That means you have to empower the organization unit. In most of the organization, it is usually seen that we are talking about the empowering of the organization, but we are failing to give the implementation power to these people. We says that we decentralize the thing, we empower people to do the work, but the final decisions you are keeping with you. This will not serve the purpose, because if final decisions are with you, it will not do any good for any unit in the organization, because people will think after some time that whatever they are going to do, whatever they are going to find out for retaining the people, the final decision is of the management. So it's better to management directly deal with those people. So why they are putting up so much effort in that? So this is one of the another reason why the people are not working on that, but it is important for all the organization to retain the people. Then what are the basic elements of the effective talent management? Number one is recruiting the candidates who are talented and competent to support the organization goal. We have to recruit those people who are really competent and they can support the organization for achieving the goal which is fixed up by the organization. Then an active dialogue between the managers and employees to determine which employees desire to grow, which are happy to be at their current level, and which are at the risk of leaving, and their reasons. This is another element when we are talking about the effective talent management, that we have to find out and we have to have a dialogue between the managers and the employees to find out that which employee is desiring to grow, who are the employee who are happy with the current status, and who are the employee who are at the risk to leave the job, and you have to find out the reason why he or she wants to leave the job. This is very important and delicate point, because everybody who is working in the organization, 90% or 95% people, you will see that they want to grow in their career. But if anybody is not talking about it, if the managers are not talking about that, I don't think the people are going to be motivated, and this will result in the downfall of the organization. An employee development plan that recognizes the new talent and competencies that are needed for each employee's internal career path to be able to prepare to progress in the organization. Then there should be an employee development plan also, which recognize the new talents and competencies and that are needed for each employee's internal career path. So it is very important to identify the new talents and the competencies. Then a measurement system that will allow the organization to track progress and identify high potential employees in each talent pool when the need for employees movement arises. They are saying that it is essential for the organization to have a measurement system which allow the organization to track the progress and the high potential employees, because there are employees who are not marketing themselves. When you are not marketing yourself and you are doing the effective work, this will immediately create an impression that people are not really happy. They are doing the work, they are performing also very well, but they are not happy to work effectively. Why? Because there is no managed measurement system, no identification, no benefits, no compensation, nothing. But every time an organization expect a lot of things from the employees, but when it comes to the compensation, benefits, and other benefits are concerned, employee says, organization says that we don't have money to give you. If you don't have money to give you, it is always better you reduce your things working pattern and don't expect too much from the employees, because employees are working under the pressure. And when you are very well aware about this thing, when the people are working under the pressure, what will happen? it will create a negative image into the mind of the people also, and it will not give a very big moral boost to the organization also. Then recent trends in talent management. What are the basically recent trends in talent management which are taking place? Talent war, technological changes, increase in employer of choice initiatives, promoting the talent internally and the population. These are the basic five trends which are taking place. Talent war is means that there are a war between the hiring of the talented people in the organizations. Then the technological, as per the technological changes, you require specified people for the development of the technologies. Then increase in employer of choice initiative. That means that you have to see that employer's choice initiative should be taken care of. Then promoting the talent internally, that means this is another part which is important for the organization growth, that if you are promoting the people from within the organization and you are not taking people from outside. Then population, as per the population is concerned, you have to identify the people and you have to see that how you are identifying the talented people in the organization and how you are going to help those people to work for the organization. Then what are the basic recent trends in talent war? Now I am just going to describe this thing. If we talk about the talent war, finding and retaining the best talent is the most difficult aspect of the HR manager. HR survey consultancies are one in their way that organizations globally are facing a dearth of talented employees, and it's often more difficult to retain them. Further research has also shown that there is a clear link between the talent issues and overall productivity. So, talent war means that it is very difficult nowadays to retain the talented people, and it is difficult for the HR management to retain the people. So there is a survey globally which says that there are a dearth of talented employees, and it is more often difficult to retain them. Further research also says that there is a clear link between the talent issues and overall productivity of the organization. If your organization is not having a talented people doesn't mean that you are just going through the educational qualification of that person. No, there are a lot of other things which you have to take into consideration when we are talking about the talent is concerned, because maybe you have to think about the individual's skills, knowledge, competencies, creativeness, thought process. These are the things which you have to think when you are talking about the talent war is concerned. Then technology and talent management. Technology is increasingly getting introduced into people's development. As I have told you just now, online employees portal have become commonplace in the organization to offer easy access to the employee to various benefits and schemes. In addition, employees can also manage their career through these portals, and it also help an organization understand their employees better. That means when we are talking about the technology is concerned, it is increasingly getting introduced into the people's development. Employee portals are there, and it is a common place for in the organization, so that the employees can manage their career through these portals and also help the organization understand their employees better. Talent management to rescue HR. HR has been compelled to focus on qualitative aspects equally and even more than quantitative aspects like the headcounts. Through talent management, more effort is now being laid on designing and maintaining employee scorecards and employee survey for ensuring that talent is nurtured and grow perpetually. That means that it is the role of the HR manager to focus on qualitative aspect equally rather than quantitative aspects like headcounts. So it is important that you have to see both things, quantitative and qualitative aspects, and you have to lay down the designing and maintaining the employees scorecards, and employee surveys are ensuring that the talent is nurtured and grown perpetually. Then increase in employer of choice initiative. An organization's perceived values as an employer as helps improve its brand value in the eyes of its consumer. Most importantly, it helps to attract the right talent. It is said that if you are able to attract the right talent in the organization, you are in a position to identify that which type of people are working, and you can in a position to improve your brand image also. Then promoting the talent internally. An individual is hired when there is a fit between his ability or skill and the requirement of the organization. The next step is enabling learning and development of the same so that he or she stays with the organization. This is employees retention. That means you are hiring a person as per the skill and knowledge is concerned. Then apart from that, you are giving the learning and the development process so that you can retain the employee. An enabled or empowered means an empowered organization. It is also of interest to the organizations to know their skill inventories and then develop the right individual for succession planning internally. That means that it is always said that it is very, very important to identify the people within the organization who can help your organization to grow. Why? Because those people who are already working in the organization, they are the people who know the working pattern of the organization. They knew the in and out of the organization, and it will help the organization if you are promoting that person within the organization to see that how effectively that person will work because he knew each and everything of the organization. Then population varies globally. World populations are either young or aging. If we take the example, the statistics said that 60% of Europe's working population will be over 60. On the other hand, a country like India can boast of a young population in the coming and present time. Population demographics are thus a disturbing factors for people managers. Still, more researchers have predicted that demographic changes in United States or India will lead to shortage of 10 million workers in the near future. So, if population varies globally, if we talk about this thing, that we can say that in Europe, 60% of people are above 60 age who are working, and they are, you know, transferring their experience, skill, and knowledge for the development of the countries. Whereas in India, it is said that we are having a large young population. But only problem is that whatever the large population are here, whether they are so much skilled and talented as compared to the European people, we have to think over it and then we have to give the answer for that. As there is a research which says that there are more than 10 million workers required in the near future, because we have to retain those people, we have to identify those people effectively. Then we have to talk about the questions which I have given to you on the basis of the talent management. I am quite sure that you are in a position to understand the talent management, that what is talent management, why important is talent management, what is the benefit of talent management, why it is required, then what are the recent trends in talent management and how we can cope up with those talent management for the organizational growth. So on the basis of that, I have just given some questions. Let me read out few questions here, which says talent management is a process that involves attracting and retaining high quality employees, developing their skills, continuously motivating them to improve their performance, or all of the above. Then talent management is a fill in the gap process. Constant process, planned process, retrospective process, none of the above. The primary focus of talent management is to create a support for organization strategy, satisfied workforce, motivated workforce, matching model for organization strategy. Then talent management focuses to create a workforce who will compete with each other, work beyond expectation, and gain the knowledge. Then you need to have a talent management strategy in place designed just for your company to attract the employee, to gain optimal result, to gain competitive advantage or increase morale. I'm quite sure that you are in a position to give the answer for these questions, because these questions are related with the subject which I have taught you just now, the topic which I have discussed with you. Then there are some other questions which says motivates others to perform. Talent management model doesn't include which of the following: transitioning, retaining, attracting, or analyzing. Then talent management process ends with which of the following: if strategy for retention, whole performance appraisal, plan for succession, or specify what skill you need. So I am quite confident that you are in a position to give the answer for these questions, and it will help you out in the development of the understanding how talent management is important for any organization related with the HR, because it is very very important to identify and retain the talent in the organization, which will help your organization to grow. If you think that you will just hire new people in the organization and the young people of the organization and they will run your organization effectively, it will not serve the purpose, because for running the good organization you need some experienced people also, old people also, who know the in and out of the organization, and then you need some fresh people also. That means you have to blend both the things together so that you will find out that you are going to get the best possible results for your organization to grow in a very competitive environment. So that's all for my side. Thank you very much.